Welcome back to the channel, Obi-Wan Kenobi. We're going to have a look at a build I made nearly a year ago, the Tamiya M8 U.S. Howitzer Motor Carriage. Prior to this build, my only recollection of this vehicle came from one of my favorite modeling books as a teenager. No, not that one. Ah, that one. This one little photo intrigued me and I knew I would build one eventually. And well, here it is. As with all of my builds, I like to correct a few errors and make some adjustments. However, despite any flaws, which are easily fixed, this remains one of my favorite kits. To start, I filled a large seam in the back, replaced the grab handles with bent brass rod, and as suggested in many modeling books about the Stuart, like this one, replaced the single linkage arms with scratch-built double linkage arms. After getting the side skirts on, I realized that the braces from the bogies to the skirt were misaligned, so I made new ones and attached them at the correct position. After that, I reworked some of the weld seams with stretched sprue. The turret, which is well detailed by Tamiya, still offered a few opportunities to scratch build some missing parts. Here is a photo of a gear I modeled from thick styrene rod. To get the teeth, I scored lines evenly around the surface, then came back with the file to create thicker grooves. Here you can see it placed in its proper position. Next, I built several boxes that were missing in the turret, as well as a thin piece of metal that acted as a support for the different levels inside the turret. I typically don't build and show interiors of my armor builds, but I had no choice with the open top of this vehicle. I decided to weather the interior heavily with scratches I reproduced with a few oil paints and dirtied the floor with sand-colored pastels. I'm pleased with the result. Other details were added to make the impression of a lived-in interior using canteens and rifles, and even scratch-built two seats to give the impression that there is detail beyond where it is visible. A note about the decals. They come from Star Decals, a company I like, but I find them to be always thick. I have since found a workaround to remove the thickness, but wasn't aware of that trick until recently. For the overall exterior, I started with Tamiya XF62 olive drab, but I mixed a new lighter shade using various other colors. A wash was splashed all over the place, then after applying a flat coat to seal the work, I added ground pastels mixed to the surface with turpenoid. I added a tarp to cover the gun manlet, which I had seen in several photos, and added a piece of wood secured with wire and scratch-built two sandbags from Magic Sculpt, a two-part resin. I've mentioned a few techniques in this and other videos, and we'll be making videos on this channel where I actually go through these processes in hopes that I can help you. Well, that's just about it. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.